Good evening. Tonight I'd like to tell you a story that was one of my favorites as a child. It's an English folk tale called The Little Red Hen. Little Red Hen lived in a tiny cottage. She lived in the cottage with her friends. Goose, cat, and dog. Now Goose was a terrible gossip. She liked to talk all day long with the neighbors. Cat was very vain. She brushed her fur, straightened her whiskers, and sharpened her claws all day long. And Dog, he was just sleepy. He slept on the front porch all day long. Little Red Hen did most of the work around the cottage. She cooked, she cleaned, she mowed the lawn, she took out the trash, she even did the shopping. One day, on her way to the market, Little Red Hen found a few grains of wheat. She quickly put them in her pocket and rushed home to show them to her friends. When she got there, to the cottage, she asked her friends, "Who will help me plant this wheat?" "Not I," said the goose, and she continued to talk to the neighbors. "Not I," said the cat, and she continued to brush her fur. "Not I," said the dog, and he went back to napping. "Well then," said Little Red Hen, "I will do it myself." And she did. All summer long she took care of the wheat. She watered it, she made sure that it had enough sunlight, she even weeded it in between all the rows of wheat. The wheat grew very tall. When it was finally time to harvest it, she called to her friends, "Who will help me thresh this wheat?" "Not I," said the goose, and she continued to talk to the neighbors. "Not I," said the cat, as she continued to brush her fur and straighten her whiskers. "Not I," said the dog, and he continued his nap. "Well then," said Little Red Hen, "I will do it myself." And she did. And when the wheat had been threshed and put in a wheelbarrow and was ready to go to the mill, Little Red Hen asked, "Who will help me take this wheat to the mill?" "Not I," said the goose, and she continued to chat with the neighbors. "Not I," said the cat, and she continued to brush her fur. "Not I," said the dog, as he went back to napping. "Then I shall do it myself," said Little Red Hen, and she did. The miller took the wheat, ground it into flour, and put it in a bag. He put the bag into a wheelbarrow, and Little Red Hen pushed the wheelbarrow back to the cottage all by herself. One cool morning, a few weeks later, Little Red Hen decided that it would be a nice day to bake some bread. She got the flour out, and she asked her friends, "Who would like to help me bake some bread?" "Not I," said the goose, and she continued to chat with the neighbors. "Not I," said the cat, as she continued to brush her fur. Said the dog, "Not I," and he continued to nap. "Well then," said the Little Red Hen, "I will do it myself. I will bake the bread." And she did. She mixed the flour and the salt and the butter and the milk, mixed it all up, and took the dough out and kneaded the dough and made a beautiful loaf of bread. She put the loaf of bread into the oven and waited and watched as it baked. Soon the smell of fresh baked bread wafted through the cottage. Goose stopped talking to the neighbors. Cat stopped grooming herself. And Dog woke up from his nap. When the bread came out of the oven, the little red hen asked, "Who will help me eat this bread?" "I will," said the goose. "I will," said the cat. "I will," said the dog. "You will?" said Little Red Hen. "Who planted the wheat?" she asked. "Who cut the wheat and threshed the wheat? Who took the wheat to the miller? Who baked the bread?" "I did. I did it all by myself," said Little Red Hen. "And I will eat the bread all by myself." And she did. I like this story of the Little Red Hen because it reminds us that we need to do our part, help out our friends and family. I hope you enjoyed this story.